Oh, that's weird. Oh, there I am. All right, I am back. We are gonna be doing some F Sharp today. F Sharp, how much should Microsoft pay me to advertise F Sharp? Well, fun fact, F Sharp is actually community run. It's upstream from C Sharp. So if you're not familiar with F Sharp, it is a functional programming language. No weird syntax, and absolutely nobody uses F Sharp. I just like it. I'm weird, and I like to say I do stuff in F Sharp. Is there a reason for it? Is it better at anything? Not really. I just like the way it looks. I like the way it's got good vibes, people. Just got good vibes. Yeah. The MicroWin. Now, God, what is this? Calum put something in here. What are you doing, Calum? What was the vote? I don't even know. I don't think my my link is working because I don't use the official Discord client. Who uses the official Discord client anyways? Is that not working? Control click. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Oh, the whole AI thing. We can touch on that. Oh, by the way, I was watching this video by Pathology Simplified, the pathology of Zennials, 1976 to 1985. That's me. Nailed it. God, such a great video. I love this video. So if you fit in there, watch this video. Absolutely amazing. Anyways, I digress. Oh, yeah, AI. Yeah. Yeah, everyone's using AI to code. Like, if there's two types of people out there. There's the people that are losing their jobs because they refuse to learn anything about AI coding. And then there's the people that are learning AI coding. Which one are you? Like, don't be sold on this false narrative of no one uses AI that really knows everything about coding. It's a lie. Straight up. Like, they're either unemployed and saying, I can't believe AI stole my job. AI sucks. I can't get it to work properly. And then there's the people that are working using AI. That's what the job market is right now. That's what programming looks like right now. I'm not saying, like, why would you do that? It's just a tool. Like, why would you be like, I'm not going to use this tool that makes my life easier? I don't get it. I just don't. The whole anti-AI thing, it's fine. Like, it's not perfect. I'm not saying it's great and how it's marketed is just crap. We've gone over it many times. But to say you don't use AI at all to, like, look up stuff, what the hell? Stack Overflow, what are you gonna just look up shit over there? You're gonna just sit here and let me just read this manual real fast on stream while I look up the syntax for something. Like, what? Like, I get it, guys. Like, there's knowledge bases for certain stuff, and you can look up things when AI completely lets you down. I get it. That happens. But to not use AI at all in 2026? You're just doing yourself a disservice. Use it. Learn it. Don't. I don't know. Is there some influencer out there that's like, no one should use AI, it's just awful? Oh god, it just always gives me bad results. Skill issue, man. It's a skill issue. Like, it's amazing. It does great at coding. It's not perfect. You still gotta look after the code it puts out, but yeah, like, I don't get it. Like, obviously, it's a great tool. Like, why would you to say? Here's a weird flex. I had Calum and I think Coding Wonders like, we don't use any AI, and they were talking. I was like, that's cool, man. You do you. At the end of the day, all I care about is the result. But it's like such a weird flex. It is like to be like, I coded this entire program without using any AI. I'm like, yeah, okay. But is it good? Can I do a better job if I used AI? If the answer is, hey, it would be better with AI, then freaking use AI. Like, guys, don't get stuck in this black and white world of no AI versus AI. It's here. The cat's out of the bag. You ain't ever going back in the bag. It's just, it is here. Like, I pulled up an old stream when I saw that initial thing from yesterday from Caleb, the question that was posed. And I was like, here's an old stream of me not using AI before. I think ChatGPT just came out, but it really sucked. I think it was like ChatGPT 3 at that time. And I think people were asking it some questions and stuff, but nothing really, it wasn't used for coding. And we were still doing, like, I think I was doing all the revamps to Arch Titus at that time. And it was fine, but it was like a 9-hour stream. If I had AI and AI was as good as it is right now with agents, that stream would have not been 9 hours. It would have been 3. Like, why would I spend an extra 6 hours when I don't have to? That's the thing.
To do the binds.
Now, obviously, a couple things here I should specify. If you don't know anything about programming and you're using AI to program, it's going to end in disaster, and I feel bad for you. You still got to know some stuff. But if you know some stuff and you're using AI, you're going to be able to go faster. Straight up. Like, no one can debate that. That is how it works. So, that's all I got. That's all I want to just say. No, there's not going to be a non-AI coding stream. I don't care if it was 100 and I was the only one vote that said, no, we're not using AI. We're going to be using AI. Get used to it. It's here. It's never going away. If Anthropic and OpenAI completely wet the bed or crap through all their funding and everything goes to $1,000 a month, that's okay. We'll just run a local LLM. But we're still going to be using the LLMs and the agents. It's here. Get over it. Let's go. So that's what it is. Right now, I'm using super cheap. Like, I spend maybe $1 a month, $2. Well, heck, let me just show you. I think I can show you. I'm gonna dox myself. GitHub. I tell you, sometimes they do it. I do use GitHub. I think it's under billing. I'm just gonna make sure it doesn't dox me. It will. Okay. That's good. All right. So here's my current usage. Now, since I have a public project that is open source with over, I think, 10,000 stars, you do get some free usage here. So a lot of the usage I get from actions and I think Copilot requests is free. So let's go to last month. I think I had to pay something. Yeah, I had to pay 92 cents last month because I went over. They allocate a certain amount of premium requests for free. Eventually all this will go away and it'll be more expensive, and then I'll probably run a local LLM. But until that time, I was just like, well, this is so cheap. This is cheaper than what I'd pay in electrical costs. So I'm like, we'll just keep doing this until we can't anymore. And then when it becomes expensive, I'll shift over to something more manageable. But that's not bad. I just do that, and then I can use my premium request. That way I can jump between different models. Typically, I'm Sonnet, 4.5. And I just kind of hang out with that. It's not the best model. It's not the best agent. It's relatively fast. And it gives me pretty much what I need. Enough to go off of. So, very, very cool. All right. Now, that's behind us. Anything else that I missed in today? Test MicroWin. Gabby thinks it shouldn't be used since it's alpha. Let's take a look at the code. The code is what will determine it. Let's pull up the code. Let's see. What do we... All C sharp? Why do you have a little PowerShell in here too? Okay. SLNX. Did they change the extension on C sharp? SLNX, that's a little different. Let's go MicroWin. Looking at the structure here. Heck, let's clone it. Start up our pass-through. Oh, it's already running. Nah. Ah, there it goes. Okay. Nice. All right. MicroWin. Let's just let's take a peek, shall we? Actually, let's come over here. Oh, PowerShell when the... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. For the first run script. Oh, Visual Studio 2026 creates SLNX instead of SLNN. Okay. Why does Microsoft keep adding X to the end of existing extensions? Like, I remember when Doc and DocX... It's just so weird. Such a strange practice. What shortcut do you use for Looking Glass? I just have it hard-coded in my DWM, so I just hit a hotkey. Let's go cd GitHub. Yeah. Let's just take a gander at old MicroWin. Let's restore everything. And let's pull this in. X means more performance, obviously. You're like Elon Musk over here. Okay. And let's open a folder. The old gits of the hub. Oh, I think it's actually in here. Yeah. I don't like where I did with this. Well, it's a VM. Who cares? Alright, let's pull this bad boy up. Yeah, sure. We can update it. And WinUtil now has more pull requests than issues. Gabby, you're doing God's work there, good sir. You're amazing. Alright, let's see what we got. You guys need to work on the releases. Okay, here's the release zip. Only 50 KB. That's pretty solid. Not that big. Let my Visual Studio installer update. I don't use Visual Studio very much, so yeah. All right, let's just close this. Close. I don't think we have any other options open. Let's retry. Let's continue. Shoot. I don't think, was there anything else open? Maybe. All right. Let's close. While this update's in the background, we'll pull up a couple other things too. I wanted to show this on stream too. the F sharp awesomeness. I know everyone makes fun of me with F sharp, but at this point in time, I just really enjoy F sharp. Using C sharp would have been way easier because, like, when I'm dealing with the GUI, specifically the Valonia GUI in this project, actually, let's go get poll. I was working on this yesterday. The Valonia previews don't work with F sharp, so I kind of have to just do it by feel and just by looking at the code, and then just have to determine that. So I'm like, all right. Let's make sure that builds. We should be .NET 10. Let's see what we got. I did build it in .NET 10 with F sharp. I know most people like going, holy crap, .NET's all the way up to 10? And I'm like, yeah, I know. It is. I think that just, I guess the SDK, but I don't think update is actually a built-in command. What was the, let me get the exact error. Heck, we'll just do it manually. Did that not? Oh, there it goes. All right, .NET 10. I think we just want the SDK. That includes the runtime and everything. So we'll just grab the SDK. It's just verifying. So grab the SDK 10. I don't want to use 11. 11's not going to be an LTS release. So 11 will actually, I think 11 gets sunset before 10 will. So .NET 10 is the LTS stable release of .NET. Dude. Am I stupid for using Windows 10 LTSC? Luck, you might be the smartest man in the room since you're using Windows 10 LTSC release. Not only are you getting security updates, but you no longer have to worry about feature updates, and you still have some support without having to worry about all the extra features and BS that everyone else has. Another feature, do you use Windows Notepad? Yeah, I don't know if you saw, but if you use Windows Notepad, there's a giant vulnerability out now. Actually, I think I'm not signed in over there on the old Windows box. Let's see. I think I retweeted that. Let's just double check. Yes. Here we go. Windows Notepad app now has a remote code execution vulnerability. That's where someone remotely that's not in your current environment can execute code on your machine using Notepad. So that's fun. Anyways, let's say you want to hack a bunch of Windows users that use Windows Notepad. I got you covered. Guess what? Here's a nice little CVE. You can actually go through, install this. Here, I'll link it in chat. Go troll your Windows friends. Go hack their machines. Have a good time. Ah, yes. Here's the CVE. So you guys just go out there, have a good time. You can run that, see the execute, and then you get to run specific things. Now, I think this is all around a markdown file. So if you click this, it will actually run and install executable files, pretty much anything you want. I bet you could even do like a VBS file and all kinds of shenanigans. Kind of a fun little exploit. Really easy to do as well. So like you don't even need to have much in the way of knowledge to be able to take advantage of this remote execution exploit. It is on a severity of, I want to say, a 9 almost, 9 out of 10, just from Notepad. How about that? Yeah. So anyways, yeah, it's where an attacker tricks a user into clicking a malicious link embedded in a markdown file opened in Windows Notepad. Doing so will trigger untrusted protocols, leading to download and execution of remote content. How about that? This is just embarrassing for Microsoft. I know. It's so bad. It's so bad it's good. So anyways, at this point, this sucks out loud. Microsoft, dude. Wow. How the mighty have fallen. It's so easy to exploit any Microsoft Windows user now. It's just an absolute hilarious as like a 12-year-old could figure no a smart 8-year-old could figure out how to exploit a Windows user at this point. And given what I just showed you, probably less. I bet a good 5 or 6-year-old that's somewhat computer literate can hack Windows users now. That's how bad it's gotten for old Windows users. Don't use any Windows apps if you can avoid it. You know, maybe we make here's an idea for expansion on the toolbox: security protocols to reduce the attack surface of Windows users. Lock down like all the basic Windows apps that now are just like completely enshittified. Notepad being one of them, but yeah, just make it to where it's like Windows 7 used to be, but with no extra apps. If anything connects online, just immediately disable the app and then have all third party. I mean, it's possible. So you could use like harden tools, disable like obviously like VBS, which I talked about a little bit earlier, and then remove all these other apps that are baked into Windows that might end up, you know, like you saw like, what was it, last month, the whole you have to install a Microsoft account to use like Notepad or whatever. Remove any app that has any kind of connection or affiliation to an online Microsoft account, and then strip down Windows, and then have a more, I wouldn't call it hardened, but yeah, it's hardened version of Windows. It's still vulnerable because it's Windows after all. There's only so much we can do, but it could work. Anyways, I thought that's pretty funny. I got a good chuckle out of Notepad getting exploited so easily. I was like, oh, did you miss that news too? Yeah, now you have to actually have to do the Microsoft account to use Notepad. And Paint as well. If you use Paint, you have to sign in with your Microsoft account. It's like they're actively trying to get people to use Linux or Mac. It's like they hate their users. They're like, you know what? We have too much market share. Too many people use our product. What can we do to run all the users away? We hate everyone. Unless it starts with AI. If it says AI in the name, then, you know, we might integrate that. But if it's an actual user, we got to get rid of some more. What can we do, Bob? What can we do to get rid of more users of Microsoft Windows? How about we promote more AI features? That's pretty good. Pretty good. What do you got? What do you got, Jim? Maybe we force them onto an online only account even though they don't need it. And then we can use that account to do backups of like BitLocker keys and stuff that, you know, pretends like they're secure. And then we can take that and then give it to government agencies. And then that way they can log into their PC. Oh, that's a pretty good idea, Jim. Whoa. Oh, we already do that, though. Sorry, Jim. Way ahead of you. That's so last year. What else do we have that we can screw over our users on for Windows? Oh, I got an idea. Let's bloat it up with a bunch of Microsoft Store apps. That's a genius idea. Let's do that. Oh, you know what? We could do some more stuff, too. What else? What other good IPs do we have that we could ruin? Xbox. Yeah, let's just completely do Xbox. What if we integrated Xbox into Windows and then we can get just massive enshittification, like monumental levels of it? Oh, that would be so great. We'll say cloud AI or something of that nature. That way our stock price will go up. We're a smart bunch of individuals. Look at us. Give us billions of dollars, please, in salary. Please and thank you. Is Gates back from Epstein's Island yet? Because, yeah, we need to get on that, too. Oh, no, he's still over there. He pretty much lives there. He has a little second hut. No, that tracks. Send him some more antibiotics. And to his wife as well. All right. God, what a joke. How did we just make that entire joke and all of it was true? That is insane to me. Like, for real, how is everything I just said true and people are still using it? That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. How did we get here? Like, sometimes I just have to pinch myself and I'm like, are we really living in reality? This feels like a weird, twisted version of the Matrix. I mean, I'm here for it. You know, I mean, you gotta laugh to keep from crying. But I'm just like, wow. Anywho. Wild. All right. I did want to show this though. Do we finish updating? Okay, that's cool. Installation's done there. Let's do a restore. I'm going to show WinOneShot. Now, this is what I've been working on yesterday. And this is the F# Awesomeness project. That's the title of this stream. And then we'll pop over to old MicroWin too, because I know that's Coding Wonders and Calum that have been working on that. All right, so we've got the install tab and the tweaks. We've seen that in the past before, but so I was working on the config tab a little bit. That's still rough draft. This is what I've been working on yesterday, was the revamp of the updates configuration. So this shows what is going on with this specific machine. Right now, the updates are disabled. The install date of this machine, when it was actually like loaded up from an ISO, was October 2025. Last Windows security update was done January 8th. Probably due for another one of those. We are running Windows 10 Pro 25H2. And then the boot time was seriously just a little bit ago. It says February 10th. Is that right? Was that the boot time? Has it been up for 2 days? Oh, shit. Yeah, it has been. Okay. Well, never mind. I was about to say that was wrong. And then we're using Windows Tweaks version 26.01.27, which is the latest stable version of Windows Tweaks. So then when you run the tweaks, like let's say you just want to do select essential tweaks, it just goes through, does all the values, applies them, done. Very, very fast. Although I don't think it created the restore point. And I need to kind of clean up a few more things here. But it is coming along. I've been working on light mode, dark mode, all that. This is very alpha, but kind of something I've been working on in the background. Hopefully get that finished this week. But I was really, really happy with how the updates tab turned out, because that has been just really, really nice. Anything else? Why does it say you're using Windows 10? Did it say that? That's a great like, what? Why does the Windows version show Windows 10 Pro? Interesting. Well, that's a bug. Eh. I'll have to look at that. It's getting grabbed through, everything's done through .NET libraries. So I don't use any PowerShell with WinOneShot. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. It's like Windows 10 with some extra add-ons, but it still should show properly. We'll have to fix that up. All right, on to MicroWin. Let's take a peek at the old project here. We're going to open up and see what we got. So open up MicroWin solution. All right. I wonder why you have a test project in here. Let's go program CS. Okay. Wizard pages. What do you got here? Page select ISO. I wonder how you're doing the registry. Let me take a look at that. Your registry helper. Got a bunch of unused libraries. MicroWin functions helpers, registry helpers. Oh, there's your main form, app state, functions, helpers, registry helpers. Let's see how you're doing this. What's with all the comments? It's kind of weird to wrap this. You guys sure you didn't use AI? I'm seeing a bunch of tags for summary. Are we sure? Are we sure no AI was used in the making of this? All right. I'm kidding. I'm just poking the bear a little bit. It does suspect a little AI usage. It's so easy to pick out the AI stuff. We'll pull up my project just so you can make fun of it as well. There's no great code. Except for Gabby's code. I will say a lot of Gabby's PRs has been pretty clean. I will say. I haven't seen any AI in any of the Gabby's pull requests, so pretty good. All right. How are we doing it? A little jank. Like, this seems pretty redundant. Registry key exists, registry value exists. Maybe not. Key's like a folder, values a specific item in the folder, so let's see. Different values. I mean, you got to remember, these guys did throw this up in less than a week. It's a little messy, but it can get buttoned out. All right. I was just interested on the registry helpers here. Okay. See how you're deleting a file. All right, how you doing, DISM? That's the next thing. Huh. And 90% comments, 10% code. It is a lot of comments. All right, image modification. Not much there. Feature disabler. So these are all protected to make sure that these don't get disabled. Package remover. Protecting these. Oh, yeah. Hello face. That's part of the sign-in BS. It's interesting. All right, let's see. Store app remover. And then you have your build of the XAML file. This is your first run or unintended XML. Clearing out start menu, some other stuff. Okay. Oh, what else we got here? Skipping out of box experience. Hiding EULA. Win log on.
Yeah, well, the dude abides.
Pretty straightforward. Fluffy, thanks for the sub. And also earlier too, I missed a few. Dan, Sam, and I think Fat Bastard as well. Did I miss anything else? Before I forget. Yeah, Dan, Fat Bastard, Odiak, thank you, good sirs. Appreciate y'all. Oh, this looks cool. Let's see if we build the solution. Let's see what we got on the build. Looks good. Let's look at the SLN and see if we're doing self-contained. This is built really fast, which is great. Oh, where are you? I don't use Visual Studio at all. I hate it. I hate it with a dire passion. Let's go properties. No. All right. Ah, no, wrong one. build. God, just give me the SLN. I'm just going to look at it and freaking code. I'm just like, ah. Visual Studio, I just absolutely despise and hate. It's a skill issue. I'm just not used to it. I don't ever want to get used to it, so I'm just like, whatever. Just show me the files. That's all I want. Let's get rid of you. All right. Project. I mean, this is just kind of me nitpicking here too. Like, I like to have like the base files in the root directory, but I'm not sure why you have a test project with unattended writer. That might be the writer for the XML, but I mean, it's kind of baked in there anyway. So there's probably just some leftovers from when they're testing it. All right, let's look at CS project. All right, so the build of MicroWin.executable. Let's publish. We're using framework 4.8. Are you doing self-contained? I don't see any self-contained here. I would probably do like a self-contained with the publish, so then you don't have a whole bunch of loose files. Potato though. Unless it's down here or somewhere else. Let's see what libraries are you pulling in. Or management, link, C#, .NET Forms. When you're doing the XAML through that one file as well, I wonder why you wouldn't just pull in the unattended XAML through like how you do in your first run or first start at PS1. Maybe because there's certain settings that changed and you want to change those and write it on the fly. I don't know. Bootstrapper 4.7, 4.3.5, SP1. Not sure about that. You got your OCDIMG. Okay. I mean, 4.8 honestly is fine. Like, I know I'm using 10, but I think Windows 11 ships with 4.8. So that's actually probably ideal. But I do self-contained on mine, so it just builds. Anyhow. That's cool. Let's run it. Alright. Should be a bin, debug, and we'll go MicroWin. Alright, it's an alpha release. Buggy, blah, blah, blah. Disable your antivirus. Well, let's not disable it and see what happens. Alright, let's go downloads. Let's grab the latest 25H2, mount it up. Now, this should be quite a bit faster than doing it through PowerShell as well. Oh yeah, chat says dark mode. Definitely need a dark mode, right? Alright, let's select Pro. Automated set it. Yep, okay. Then you set, this is between admin and user, so you're going to probably want something like subscribe for the username. This would probably be password. Ah, look at that, you did. Alright, we're not going to put a password though. Let's hit next. Let's deploy image, browse, save. And let's see how long this takes. The cool thing about doing it through like C#, F#, whatever, instead of PowerShell is this should technically work a lot faster because you can do async properly. Like we do run spaces with WinUtil through PowerShell, but PowerShell is so much slower. Like when you saw me with WinOneShot do my tweaks, you could see it's like a tenth of the time it would take to do those tweaks through PowerShell. So I'm kind of curious to see how long the mount and modification of this would be. Yeah, and this is just alpha too. Like I don't anticipate this actually to even work. You know, it's literally like the 5th day of development, guys. So don't expect perfection. So Chris prefers to be blinded. I do. It wakes me up. It's like an extra shot of coffee without the coffee. Yeah, I'm sure, like, the GUI, all this, these are just placeholders. This is alpha 0.1. So let's just calm your tits. We're just gonna let it run, see how it goes. It may not work, it may work. Again, we're just doing a basic build with the alpha code here on the 5th day of development of this. But I really do anticipate this being a lot better than the previous incarnation using all PowerShell, because there's just so much that can be optimized to be a lot faster. Now, a lot of people know NT Lite that's been around in the community for like 20 years. Highly recommend it. Great project. But one thing about NT Lite that always drove me crazy was it is so slow. It is so slow. So I could see a lot of optimization that could be had here. Yeah. Exactly, Enron. Yeah, MicroWin's getting removed from WinUtil just to optimize and eliminate a lot of code. Like, by removing MicroWin, I think it was... we could look at the PR, but I want to say it was around 4,000 lines of code, something like that. And yeah, it's a huge amount to be downloading and running every time. So in an effort to streamline it, and also I think this project would be so much better served with something like this written in C#. I know the title of the stream's F#, but that was me just kind of, I like messing around with the offline executable, which I'll probably distribute here in March to those that paid. But the PowerShell script will always be there, and that's always going to be the primary driver of it. And I'll show a little bit more of the features that I was working on to show you how it integrates with the PowerShell script online as well, to kind of drive things. Well, I mean, almost everything's faster on Linux, but, you know, this is Microsoft we're talking about. I mean, it's always dicey. Is it even going to work? Do you have any info on any older Ryzen CPUs or tweaks needed to be able to update 25H2? I tried. It caused a reboot quite often. Power states was the cause. Wilson, I would say probably the best thing you could do is update your Aegis or whatever that is from the BIOS. Older Ryzen CPUs, they constantly are updating that background. So I would actually update the BIOS. I know back in the day, like 10, 15 years ago, we never updated BIOS because once it got working, you just didn't touch it. But if you're a Ryzen or AMD user, you almost have to update your BIOS every year. You're almost doing yourself a giant disservice because your computer's just not going to work as well. Based on a lot of those updates I've noticed over the years. And I'm probably mispronouncing that. Is it Aegis? What is it? Chat could correct me. I thought it was Aegis. BIOS update. What? It's not Aegis. I'm close, but it's not. Ejessa, thank you. I knew chat would know. Yeah, Ejessa. Yeah, definitely update that. If you haven't updated your BIOS in like years, it can cause some issues. Oh, the power state. Yeah, check your power state too. It's probably going into C6, C7 power state, causing problems. And they don't work well with older Ryzen CPUs. Disable it in the BIOS. Peter's right on this one. This sounds much more plausible. I still say update your eJessa though. I'd update that, but it is probably the power state. I am usually right. That's true. True. E A G sa. Agisa. Agisa. Okay. Thank you. Undad. Much appreciated. I always need help pronouncing things. I failed English class. Can you create a script or implement something where you restart Windows, it returns the previous state like a deep freeze? Probably the closest thing you get to that is system restore. How we doing? Still mountain. Finalizing. Ooh, we should have started a timer on this. I wish we had, I probably would add a console output too here, just so the user has something to stare at. Because most people will be like, it's locked up. The green bar hasn't moved at all. So probably that. If you ever want to know if something's doing something in the background, I highly recommend just like pulling up your task manager. And then I'll usually just go details, see, hey, what's taking up the CPU? And you can see MicroWin. Can I click it? Oh, there it is. Okay. So then you can see MicroWin pop in and out of the workloads. Definitely some optimization to be had here, though. Some Subway Surfers or soap cutting videos. Know what you guys need? Here's the solution. I'm going to give you a playlist, and I need you to just put a browser source right here, and then I need you to just refer to that playlist that I have on my channel. That way I get a fraction of a penny every time someone runs this tool in YouTube ads. That would be great. That'd be great advertisement for the background here. Please and thank you. Progress bars typically, how a progress bar works, once it hits like a certain function or subroutine, it'll say push this progress bar to 30%. And then once it hits this one past this function, then it'll be 50%. So that's why progress bars are always not a true tale of time. Like, it's more of an estimate. There's some progress bars that are better than others, but with this type of thing, you're never going to get an accurate progress bar. Let me just send you 1,000 now and not be lazy and don't do that. That's fair. I dislike ads too much and prefer it over the blinding white. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's just a rough indication. Like I said, I think just a black console window, kind of just showing people where it's at, instead of just mounting the ISO, finalizing. Because right now we're only getting 2 feedbacks for the user, and most users, especially in today's world, they're just impatient, and they won't know to wait. I kind of already know how long it takes to do all these modifications, and yeah, I'm just like, it's going to take a while. And the mounting sometimes takes a long time to finish, too. Just depends on the system, too. Yeah, I mean, progress bars, I have fun with them, though. Like, the boot WIM file shouldn't take very long at all, especially compared to, if it's already done with the install WIM file, it should go pretty dang quick. Oh, what we got, Gabby? I'm gonna have to check that out. Oh. We're in the finalizing state. I mean, I like console output. I think if you're making an ISO and reloading your system with an ISO, you should be pretty darn comfortable with the console output. Like, instead of pulling this up in its own window, I feel like that should be embedded in here. All right, take a second. All right, here we go. All right. What am I looking at? Yeah, I remember you merging on stream and saying I won't test it. Before docs. After docs. It's a pretty big difference. 20 something megs? Yeah, it's 20, yeah, 900 kilobits to 20 megs. So good change. All right, finished, closed. I mean, that was pretty fast. That was, what, 8 minutes? That was a lot faster than the PowerShell version, for sure. So if we go to downloads, what do we got for MicroWin? 7.5. Let's copy that bad boy and we'll toss it our images. Paste it. Oh yeah. Gabby, one thing I was talking about, localization. A lot of people wanted different languages for Windows utility as well. So I was looking at localization and someone submitted a PR. And I was like, that's awesome. They put a lot of work into it. But the problem is, it would add like, I think it was like 6,000 lines of code. And just to add all the localization. So it would detect the language and then do it. But that's 6,000 lines of code. Probably another half a meg worth of code in there that would now have to be downloaded and streamed to everybody that uses Windows utility. So it'd slow it down to get localization. So I think, and he replied back to me and he's like, we could build one for each language and then detect the language and then launch the appropriate script that way. And I'm like, that's probably more practical. I would like that a little bit better than one massive script file with every language known to man in it. I think that's just not feasible and just kind of not the best. All right, MicroWin, let's call this alpha. Today's date, 2/12/25. Actually, 26. All right, 26/2/12. Sorry. Yeah, like 5,000 months. So that was the thought. I was like, but it should be done. We need localization for other languages, and a lot of people have asked about it too. Alrighty, well, let's load this bad boy up, right? Let's fire us up. Can we just delete these? I'm probably not gonna come back to them. I don't even know what was in there. Ooh, you know what? That's the stock. I don't want to do another stock install. Let's just do stock. That's right, because I have snapshots already. Yeah, okay. We're gonna leave that. Let's fire us up some MicroWin. Reload. MicroWin. Man, I need to delete some of these. Dang. Alright, here we go. MicroWin Alpha, February 12th, It's going to be a Win 11. We'll just change that after anyways. Let's give it 69 gigs. MW alpha test. Let's go with the bridge. Ooh, can I use multiple bridges? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, let's try it. All right, let's change your topology. Let's go 4. We're just gonna give it 8 virtual CPUs. Memory. Give it 16 gigs. Boot, NIC. You know what? Let's not do TPM. Let's just see if the install fails with no TPM. I wanted to see if it actually changes that as well. We'll see if it does the bypasses. QEMU KVM, so you got like a better performant virtual machine. Like VirtualBox is awful. Typically only used by hobbyists. I don't think I've ever seen VirtualBox in a professional setting. So you see it all over like YouTube and that, but I've never seen VirtualBox done in a pro environment. I updated the auto unattended. It does look like that. Yeah, I love QEMU. It's absolutely the best. Like Proxmox uses QEMU KVM as well. Yeah. VMware has really kind of fallen down in recent years as well. Yeah, VMware Workstation Pro used to be my go-to for Windows virtualization. If I was on a host Windows machine, bare metal, I would use VirtualBox Workstation Pro. But after Broadcom bought it out, made it a free product, it feels like the enshittification's really taken hold with VMware Workstation Pro as well. And I'm just like, man, we just can't have nice things. So I've noticed the quality slip quite a bit. So I was like, well. One of them things. Yeah, Proxmox is a great front end if you have like a virtual machine that you just want to have like an entire box dedicated to it. I love Proxmox. If you're going to use Proxmox, grab the Proxmox user scripts though. God, so many good stuff. It looks good so far. We're doing the load right now from the ISO it created. Yeah, I would say like GPU pass-through, the closest I think I've seen, like QEMU obviously is the best in this setting with a Linux setup. The closest thing I've seen from a professional setting with GPU pass-through would be Zen Server actually, which is like a Citrix, it used to be open source, and it spawned a project called XCPNG, which I love, it's great. But Zen Server actually was one of the first professional like GPU pass-throughs that I've seen that did it pretty well. I don't know where that's at today. My knowledge on this is years and years out of date. So it's probably somewhere completely new now. Let's see how this goes. I'm kind of curious. We'll know how well this works after the getting files ready. You'll notice then we'll get like 5 check marks. We'll have a quick reboot. The install itself shouldn't take really longer than about probably 5-10 minutes. So by, you know, we're a couple minutes into this install, so probably by 1:05 my time in the top right, we should be on the desktop. Do a Linux install in the background and show how Microsoft's installer is trash. Yeah, it's surprisingly bad. I think just a lot of legacy, like the older guys, the older guard at Microsoft pretty much left. And I think the newer guard just doesn't know how it works. Or they just keep adding too much bloat crap to it. Like, it's just shockingly bad. Because you can actually install Windows yourself without even using the Windows installer. You can do it like an Arch Linux install and just directly inject all this stuff using like DISM. Oh yeah. Where is the roadmap? Link it in chat, Caleb. Oh, let me see. What am I missing? Yeah, that's kind of what we were thinking, Rux, for the localization of WinUtil. I think that's pretty good. Let's see. Enable recall for File Explorer. Better UI. Okay. Those are the 2 things left. Be interesting to see what happens. Like I said, it's really neat to see how open source projects like this kind of take on a mind of their own. And it should be good. Oh, is there more to that? Did I miss it? Oh, upcoming features. Inject drivers, import drivers, virt.io drivers, burn to USB, disable teams, custom installer, and then customization tweaks, WinGet packages to pre-install. That's pretty cool. There's a lot that you can do here. I would say for the virt.io drivers, though, I almost would say package the executable instead of copying the drivers directly. I feel like when you run the virt.io driver installer, where it installs like the Balloon driver and like QXL and quite a few other of the QEMU drivers, I feel like whenever you just copy the drivers direct, it just doesn't do as good of a job. So I'd almost run that executable on first setup instead of just copying the drivers directly. I could be wrong though. Maybe I just was doing it wrong. But I just noticed that a lot of times I end up running the executable even after copying the drivers before. But yeah, no, that looks good, man. That's a good roadmap. I like it. Just run the WinGet in. Oh, Gabby, I need to do this. redhat.virt.io WinGet install. That's what I should do. That's probably the best, cleanest way of doing it for sure. You know, I haven't got any new hardware in a couple years, actually. The last new hardware I got was my Mac. My old Mac laptop, the M4 Air. And then before that would have been another laptop. I think that was the K-Focus laptop. And I still run the K-Focus. That's my main daily driver when I'm out and about. But that's, God, almost 3 years old at this point. So I guess I don't really use too much on that. What gen is this processor? Oh, let's see. Let me pull it up for you. It's a Xeon W5 3435, 32 cores, full cores. None of that performance crap and efficiency cores and all that. None of that peasant stuff. 64 gigs of ECC memory. The good stuff. This is funny. Like, this system's 4 years old. When did I make it the perfect system? This is actually someone sent to me, and I was like, I'll do a video. You don't have to pay me, but I want to keep the hardware. He was like, I guess. No. Only 3 years old. So this is only a 3-year-old system. Yeah, I think it was the perfect system. Let me see. Oh, maybe not, actually. No, that's not the... Maybe it wasn't called the perfect install. Let's just type system, maybe. The ultimate system. Oh, no. It's only 2 years old. March 2024. This is probably it. Yeah. Superworkstations.com. That's funny. Are they still around? Look. Yeah, they're still up. Yeah, they're still rolling around. But anyways, yeah, that's the system I have. Yours is 16 core, 32 threads. Thank you, Fluffy, for the correction. More than enough for my needs. For the new system. Dude, I don't know if anybody even clicked the link because I'm not really a hardware guy. So, you know, I don't know how many people actually clicked that link, and I don't know if they actually got the got all of it. So I'm pretty sure they're not going to send me another system. I wouldn't complain if they did, though. They went bankrupt after you sent them that wolf. I have made fun of the HP wolf so many times. I'm pretty sure they're not going to send me another system now. It's a running joke on the channel, the HP wolf security. So I'm not a very good influencer. I fail. I don't do sponsors really, and then when I do them, a lot of times I end up making fun of them in some way or another. Oh well. And missed opportunities. I'm not gonna lose sleep at night over it, so I'm like, oh well. The Verge has a good assembling PC. Yeah. Oh. Is your make package configured to use all threads? God, I hope so. Let's check. Let's check to make sure that's the case. If I'm not using all threads, that would be sad. Oh, no. Is it in pacman.conf or is it in makepackage.conf? I think it's in makepackage, actually. It's the other file. Yeah. No, what's it called? Surely I did this. Oh, yeah. Make flags. J in proc. Yeah. We're good. But improc is not declared here. Is that actually specified? Let's echo in proc. Let's put that in quotes. Oh, yeah, we're good. Yeah. We're good. It's like, I'm pretty sure. Arch really has done a lot better job on the startup, though. Remember, we used to have to do all this crap manually, which is kind of funny. Chris Titus gives me Elon Musk vibes. Thanks, I guess. Damn. System D is bad. OpenRC is way better. Yeah, it's a lot lighter. Let's see. It looks like it's the unintended is working. Let's see. Please answer my question. What was your question, XGUI? Ghost BSD. I use Arch, by the way. My hyperlink keeps crashing when I plug in and unplug my TV. I don't even know what your question was. It's too far back. It's gone. Oh, wrong guy. Oh, official Gracio. I wish you could pull it up. See, this is the thing. I'm like, I like how Twitch, I can just be like, click, look at messages, and then I can be like, okay, what do they say? See, that's good. Twitch does it right. YouTube, like, what? What is this? Oh, actually, it's right here. My bad. Sorry, YouTube. You did actually do all right. What does your newer version of CTTUtil change? Why does it change the SVC host split threshold? It drops the process count, essentially. And it does it based on the amount of memory that you have. Are you having any issues with that? You shouldn't. Because it's based on the system when it's run. Waiting when Chris taking a tutorial on NT Lite. I already have an NT Lite video. Let me link it for you. NT Lite. Alright, let's go. Description. NT Lite. Yeah, so I have one from 2022 and I have one from 2025 with Windows Utility Alternatives. Both talking about NT Lite. And I think this one actually shows how to do it. If you want like a full-blown tutorial of NT Lite, it'll walk through.
So for this, I'm just going to use into this folder. I actually don't needing, but
oh, that's right. I used to do configs for NT Lite.
Add the entire directory.
I don't think those are valid anymore.
Count, auto log in that user. I share my.
So yeah, you can go through these.
People know I hate Windows Defender, but
yeah, well, that hadn't changed. All right. Anyways, yeah, here you go. Let me share that for you. There's your NT Lite video. See, I've already done like a video on everything. I know people are like, why don't you do a lot of videos anymore? I'm kind of like, well, I've already kind of done them all. And I just don't feel like repeating myself. If I don't have something new to say, typically I don't like, or at least a new way of saying it. I don't know. The YouTube grind where you make the same content over, man, I don't know how those guys don't go crazy and just like jump off a bridge. Because to me, after I've like said something, I'm like, well, if people don't know how to search to find that old video, I'm not going to just remake the video just for views. That's stupid. Well, I mean, if all you got paid from and like you're to put food on the, table, I get that's why you do it. But I don't know. It doesn't seem like a profession to me. It seems like if you got to repeat yourself, I don't I just don't like that. I want something new. I want to always make something new when I do a video. If it's not new, then I won't do a video. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, like you've followed content creators, and it's kind of annoying. Like I've had content creators which I've enjoyed, but then like after a year or two, they start repeating the same videos over, and I'm just like, bro, we've already been here. But all right, I guess the new wave, get in. It makes sense from a view standpoint. It's okay in that regard, but I mean, I don't know. I just feel like if I've already said something and I've already done a tutorial on it, I'm not going to redo it. Unless there's like some revelation or a new version that changes things. But NT Lite, man, it's pretty much stayed the same for like 20 years. Oh yeah, the remote coordination. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, David. It's hilariously bad. I'm pretty sure like low level or somebody else would cover it and do a tutorial on how to accurately exploit it, but it's gonna be a short video. Hell, it could be a YouTube short on how to exploit that. I fixed a 5-month-old issue. Yeah, friendly. Let's take a look. You did a good PR for fixing the toggles, man. I appreciate you. The toggles was like a 1+ year old issue. That sucked. Well, yeah, I mean, with a lot of massive creators, like they have a team of people, they have sponsorship obligations where they sign up for contracts and they get like a bulk ad sale, and then they have to book in their stuff with like sponsor spots. So like the nitty gritty of like YouTube creation is you're an ad agency. You have to book those sponsor spots, especially as a mid-sized creator like myself. You're just not going to make much money on ads. I mean, decent, like maybe 1,000 or 2,000. But obviously this is all pre-tax. You still have certain things. And if you have a payroll or an editor, which most people do at my size, I don't, but you have to pay them. So there's not much money to be made with that. So then you have the sponsors that make up all the majority of most people's revenue. So you're a mid-sized creator between probably like 200,000 subs and 1 million subs. The ad revenue might go to pay for an editor or a part-time editor, and that's about it. And then the rest of the money where it's all made is typically on the sponsor spot. And that's why you'll always see these guys. You typically have to do at least one video a week or more, and then have the sponsor spots to fill in to make the money. And then once they make that money, that's how they put bread on the table, so to speak. My whole thing is I don't rely on any of that. So I still do day job. I do supplemental income from sponsors, live streams, people contributing and sponsoring like Windows Utility. Those are all like non-traditional ways of revenue to where I don't have to do the ad game and the grind or the sponsor spots, because I just hate that. Me personally, I just don't like doing it. So that's why I don't. I know it's like a lot of money that I leave on the table, but if you hate doing the work, what's the point? You know, other than to make more money. I know I could make more money, but I know I would hate it a lot more in the future. So that's why I don't do it. I mean, I get it, man. Like I said, he has a team of people too. Like for me, I can just go a month or more without doing a video, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll get around to it. But I also don't have an editor or writers or any of the other things other people have, so I don't really care. I'm just like, yeah, if there's a good video, well, I'll do it. If there's not, I won't. And that's kind of my thing. Check VM. Yes. All right. Yes, we're up and going. It was about 10 minutes, I think. It was almost there. It was like logging in on the last one at 8 minutes, so it was about a 10-minute install. But I screwed up the sockets and virtual processors. That would have been about 5-minute install if I hadn't done that. I did this last time, didn't I? See, I forgot to hit the apply button down here. Yeah, it would have gone faster. But anyways, let's look at the... We'll start it up again. Yeah, and let's do that wingit install redhat.io. I don't think you need the source wingit, Gabby. I think we got it. F#, did we miss D&E? Microsoft Logic. Did Microsoft create that? I can't remember. PowerShell error here. 1 second. Alright, little bug. Whatever. And then if it goes, let's try it again. Yeah. So the initial startup is a little bit janky on the right here, terminal admin. Let me create an issue for that. Oh, I already rebooted though. Oh well. Let's try wingit install virt.io. Okay, never mind. You do need source wingit. Never mind. The source wingit is absolutely necessary. Oh, Peter, you need to learn about the picture. This is a Microsoft feature. Linux might steal this in the future. You can click it, and then it launches into your synced to Microsoft Edge browser, so you can sign in to sync it. Microsoft account is required, so you don't want to do that. But let's make sure we bring over all the data to Microsoft. Yep, and you can even sign into Google and sync up all that data. I know you're gonna love that, so you probably want to sign in your Google account. Then you can also make the Microsoft experience more useful to you by sending them all your data. So then you want to, yeah, we definitely want that. Then it shows you information about the background. How cool. The Nusa Pinda Island in Lesser Sunda Island. I can't even speak today. Indonesia. It's in Indonesia. Look at that. What a great feature. Yeah, that's great. I mean, I know you're running right now and installing Windows now that you know you can learn more about that picture with that simple link. Oh. That's pretty funny. As the Windows terminal bug. Oh, okay. I got you. So Windows terminal requires you to launch PowerShell at least once by itself before it'll launch into PowerShell. So strange. All right, yeah, that feels a lot better. Yeah, it would have gone about 5 minutes. It's about the same install as we always have done. Let's show off here. Let's do micro or WinUtil. What? Huh. It's an admin privilege. Huh. That's kind of annoying. Look away. That's fine. I wonder if on reboot it'll do it again. Anyways, let's just do windev. We do need to make this the new install, by the way. We need to make this the stable branch. It should be good, but heck, let's run it just to see how everything's working. We don't. I guess we could have run that in regular mode. All right, let's go tweaks. Let's remove that. Remove that. Move that. Move recommendations. Yeah, let's go ahead and put dark mode on. Sticky keys, taskbar view. Ultimate performance plan. Standard. No restore point. And no disk cleanup. Run. Let's finish that. See how this does on a fresh install. It's been a bit since we've done a fresh install. Center taskbar needs shell restart. Does it? Seems to work. Alright. And then we're gravy. Neovide is my recommendation for a notepad. It's the best. If you've never done Neovide, ooh, doggies. Is that even on Windows? Yeah. Neovide's there. Winget install Neovide. When did you have to start doing the source? Is that like a new thing? I feel like it's a new thing. I don't know. Maybe it felt like it used to do a little bit better. I could be wrong. Winget upgrade. Winget. Oh, okay, Gabby. Winget upgrade. Winget. Source Winget. I gotcha. It's a certificate error, that's why. And then once you do the upgrade, you should be fine. Winget, fix yourself. Yeah, so yeah, doing a Winget upgrade, Winget -- source Winget is the obvious logical solution. Yeah. We got all the Winget now. What's your internet speed? I think just a gig. A gig up and down. I used to do like 5 gigs up and down and pay like dang near $200 a month. But I was like, this is kind of overkill. I don't really need that fast, so I downgraded to just a gig. I'm a simple man. I only need a gig up and down. Anyway, yeah, this is probably what I would use for a notepad alternative. Neovide's really kind of... Oh, 1 second. You also have to install NeoVim. I think I can just do NeoVim without .neovim. Let's see. Yeah, there it goes. I don't know if the path auto updates, we might need a reboot. It is a Windows thing. Microsoft edit. That's okay. I don't think we're going to trust Microsoft anymore with any kind of alternatives. All right, yeah, this is my recommended. Just Neovide. Do install NeoVim, install Neovide, and if you understand NeoVim, oh, this is so much better than Notepad. It is the way to be. So quick, so nice, so fast. Just love it to death. So my setup would probably look something like this. Let's give it one more reboot and see what we got. Mind answer my question if you know. Yeah, sure. Let's answer a question. Let's see if I know. I can make no promises. Did he make a video installing his theme? Because I like how the theme looks, even though I'm using Zorin OS. I want to copy. You probably won't like DWM. I would probably say I do love Nord, and I do have something called Nord Backgrounds. CTT. Yeah, Nord Background. Here you go. This is like all the backgrounds and stuff that I use on stream. Here you go, man. So that's the closest thing I can get for like some of the theming, and then I probably use like Nordic theme to install that as well. So if you're familiar with like Nordic theme, Linux, yeah, something like this, and you can install this on KDE, GNOME, whatever your desktop environment, you're good to go. So that's Nordic theme too. Nord backgrounds with Nordic theme, it'll get you kind of like the look and feel of what I have here. All right, guys. Well, that's a fresh version of Windows using the new alpha version of MicroWin. Looking pretty good. 87 processes. Only 1.9 gigs of usage. For Windows, that's pretty good. It's about as good as you can get. I like it. Oh, did Konty release it? Oh my God, we gotta try it. Did Konty do it? He's been talking to me about it. I told him name it like SimpleOS. Ah, he did release it. Yeah, dude. Oh man, Konty was the original creator of MicroWin, by the way. Yeah, so SimpleOS is a minimal Arch Linux distro built around one idea: simplicity, lightweight, fast installs, cross-compositor, built from the ground up to support multiple compositors. Wayland ships first with DWM X11 second. Shared config, shared themes, shared bindings. The compositor is just a thin layer. One UI toolkit. OO powers the bar. God, I bet he completely like wanted to kill himself coding that. Anybody that's coded in OO with like it has like .yuck extensions, it's made by an insane person. But if you configure it properly, it's kind of amazing. No waybar, no polybar, no redundant tools, 14 built-in themes. Like it. ST terminal, which I've never really got into like pimping out ST. So I'm kind of curious to see how this is. A lot of times I do a heavier terminal like Kitty, Alacrity, Ghosty is my current terminal, mainly because I like to look at images in the web, in the actual terminal, which I know that's kind of like a weird thing. So I'd be curious to see his implementation of this. Dunce for notifications. The tool only works with one display server. All right. That's cool. So let's do it. Let's build it. Does he have a release of it? Oh, I don't think he said he was having problems with the ISO release. Here, let's make an ISO and distribute it so everyone can try it out. I'm sure he'll find like a way. I gave him a link to Cloudflare pages. It's like the best distribution you can probably do. So it goes through like a CDN. But in the interim, we can help him out here. Let's go GitHub. Let's clone old Simp. It looks like SimpOS. But he meant SimpleOS. Anyways. Alright, SimpleOS. Let's go to source. What was the build command? Okay, yeah, launch that directly. Alright, build ISO. Docker. Are we missing Docker? Shoot, I thought I had Docker installed. Oops, let's just do that. All right, build ISO. Yep. let's go ahead and add us to the Docker daemon as well. All right. Let's go here. Boom. All right. Let's build this. What's he using? Satty. What's Satty? Brave, whatever. I'm still saying Helium's where it's at. I just can't ever go back to Brave. Too much crypto crap for my liking. Yeah, it's been kind of like hot, cold here a whole bunch. And I kind of woke up a little bit low energy this morning, too. I didn't even have enough to do my intro. My talking intro that I usually do. I was just like, screw it. Let's just get started on the desktop and jump right in. I didn't even have the energy. Yeah, Helium, I saw it yesterday, and I was like, ooh, I need to try it. But I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Yeah, I did a video on Florp. It looked interesting. Yeah, Helium looked like just a little bit better on Google Chrome. So it seemed right up my alley. Real minimal, not a bunch of crap. All right, let's see what that first one is. Why don't you give an ISO? Oh, yeah. I'll host it for him for a minute. I don't mind hosting it for him. What is going on here? Jeez. Let's just update all the packages on our system. I'm sure it's not that much, right? It's just a small update. Just 241 package installs. We'll just take care of that real quick, and then we'll jump back. Just a small update here, guys. We'll take care of that. All right, shut that guy down. Barely an inconvenience here. We're just flying through these updates. Shouldn't take but a quick second. You know what I like to do often is just cancel an install midway through just to see what I can break. That's pretty funny. I've actually been having some problem with CachyOS mirrors lately. I noticed their chaotic cache bin repo wasn't updating my VS Code properly. My proprietary Microsoft VS Code wasn't being properly uploaded on time. It took a full 3 hours. I had to actually download it from GitHub and run it there. Oh, woe is me. Yeah, CDN at 77. I do like CDN at 77. I think they do have a really good delivery network. So it's a quality CDN. Microsoft learned from this update, but ignore the errors. You know, honestly, like a lot of the updates on Windows does take like forever, and I really wish it was more verbose. But the reason why they are not more verbose is because Microsoft figured out users are stupid. Like, they just are. Just real facts here, guys. Most users using a computer just dumb as a box of rocks. And if you give and spit all this information out to them, they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. What is happening? This is too much. Words are on the screen that I didn't put there. I don't know what's happening. Please, please. This is too much. Where if you just like kind of do it in the background, they're just like, things are slow. Oh, well. Let me sign into my Microsoft account, and then the CPU's just sitting there churning away with God knows what in the back end, installing gigs of updates without their knowledge. Okay, let's launch Word again. Let's pull up that new Outlook. Drag that over to the other screen. 1 second. We're gonna get there eventually one day. Okay, there's the Outlook, and then I got my Word, Microsoft Word here. All right. Take a sip of my water. All right, we got that. And now, oh, it's a little laggy. We signed in from the Microsoft account. Oh yeah, let's sign in again. 1 second, let me get my phone. Sign in with my two-factor, get all my info. Okay, good. Oh, take a picture of myself. Okay, got that. All right, now we can use Word and check our email. Yeah, oh wait. The system's restarting. That's okay. I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee. And this is the typical user. That's just their life. God bless them, you know. But could you imagine giving the typical user all of this? They would freak out, man. They would just freak out. Why is he talking about me? Oh no, I know. It's so evil. Oh, dude. All right, let's keep making this ISO, shall we? All right, here we go. This time it's gonna work. Shoot, no. Could not resolve host. I think we have package build is down. Can we change this? Let's try just do a Hyperland Lite version. And then maybe, I feel like it's the AUR, probably. Maybe. Maybe not. No. Can I update those hosts somehow? Still play on Twitch? Every once in a great while. It's been a couple months, though. It depends. I'm still doing a lot of Age of Empires. I usually try and get a game in every day. Yeah, we could. Let's edit the build. I don't know if he specifies. What I'm thinking is it might be my repos. Maybe my local repos. Let's see. Because I don't think he specifies the repos in here. Yeah, see, it's my local repos, I want to say. Let me update my cache or something. AoE 4. What difficulty? I just play ranked. I'm not that great. I'm like Plat 2, I think it is. Let's see, what rank am I? Yeah, I'm Platinum 2. Titus Maximus on the AoE 4. So far this season I've got 167 games. But I try to like jump in, do like a game or two a day. I really like it though. I'm on a massive win streak right now. Look at me. Climbing the ladder. Watch out, I'm going to be a professional Age of Empires player soon. Yeah. Linux. I haven't done Windows gaming since... I think it was Final Fantasy 11 last year. It was the last one I really did it. We could reboot. Let's do a rate mirrors real fast, though. Let's see. And enlarge to rate mirrors and update Pac-Man repos with US-based mirrors. With fast US-based mirrors. Well, let's use reflector. Reflector package. I know there's an AUR rate mirrors package, but I kind of want to like try reflector. Yeah, reflector's here, right? Okay, yeah. Perfect. Let's do that. And then we'll refresh the Pac-Man databases, and then we'll try and run it again. Duel on AoE 4? Tony, what are you? Send me your profile. I'm down. As long as you're not like a diamond player. I don't feel like getting curb stomped here. Oh, Silver 5? Okay, yeah, man. Dude. We could do a quick game. I'm down. Where's my build command? Alright, send me an invite. Dang, man. Repos. I'll send this over to... You know what? Skip. Let's skip. Skip AUR. Let's try this. Let's just skip the AUR installs anyways. Nah, nonsense. I think there's... Alright, let's reboot. Fine. We'll reboot. Oh, man. Yeah, AUR can be good, can be bad. I just try to minimize my use of the AUR altogether. But before, accept my PR, please. Let's look at the PR. WinUtil? I think there's a couple PRs. I think F-Free put a... He was in YouTube chat, and I think he said there's a PR, and then... what's your PR, Tony? Oh, yeah, the multi... I think what we're going to do, Tony, on that is make separate, like a compile script that compiles each language into its own PS1 file, so we don't do a culmination of all of the locales in one spot. Otherwise, what happens during that compile script is it just makes one big file that everyone runs, the WinUtil.ps1. And bloating that up to double the size, you know, most people probably won't notice a difference between half a meg and a meg, but it's still a large script to run on any machine. And I'm thinking that would slow us down. And over time, I think it would also make it even more bloated as we added more languages. So I think making each language its own script during the compile process would be the way to go. Oh, did you do that? Well then, we'll have to take a peek. We'll take a gander at it. Oh, what the hell was that? PyCon warning. Really? All right then. Okay, okay. Let's try to build again. All right, SimpleOS. We're gonna go to source. I'm gonna build ISO sh. Oh, we already did this. We already have Docker group. Yeah, we're Docker group. That's silly. I could just enable, but whatever. We'll just start it. All right, now. Yeah, still have this problem. Let's send this over to Konty. And then let's look at those PRs. Shall we? Shall we look at that? There we go. Different languages could be a internet only. Ah. Yeah. It's all good. F6, let's go here. Let's launch. Get our chat up and going, shall we? Well, we're going to circle back around to Konty's OS after we get all that worked out. That should be good, though. What terminal shell I use nowadays? These days I use Ghosty for the terminal shell. I'm such a Bash lover. I mean, Bash is like the oldest known to man, and I just love it to death. You know, there's just something about it that I am just enamored by, and I really do enjoy that. All right, so we did that. We're good. MicroWin's done. Let's see those PRs y'all are talking about. We got a couple people asking for their pull request. Let's just take a gander. Export, import toggle switches states in config.json. All right, Efri, let's take a peek. His first toggle was pretty good. Oh, yeah. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Where are you at? Oh, you're adding the export import config button. I don't know about adding the button. I kind of like it out of the way. Like, it's already in the cog. So I probably would just say, I don't know about adding more buttons. I'm not sure about adding more buttons to the tweaks tab. I like these to be in the cog as they are. To be just in the cog. Yeah. I think that's good. Overall, I like that tweak. PR. We'll just request those changes. Fix winget package uninstall issues. Oh, yeah, we were having problems where it was... Yes. Oh. Just a PS object to a string? Huh. Well, it's such a simple solution. Hell yeah. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, so what was happening is if you selected multiple programs to uninstall in Wingit, it wouldn't uninstall them. It was super annoying, and I could not find where that was, but Efri sure did. Thank you, good sir. Nice. Next. did we really want the taskbar alignment to restart Explorer? Because we did it on stream today, and it seemed to work without a reboot. So I'm kind of like, eh. Oh, we got more website features. Oh, yeah. Sure. Markdown files, get rid of those. Actions. Yep, look into it, thanks. The dev docs generator. All right, cool. Let's take a peek. Let's just minimize all these markdown changes. The thing I care the most about here is probably not dev. Probably dev docs generator. I'm kind of curious to see what that looks like. So we're adding a workflow, or modifying the docs workflow to go ahead and generate dev docs from JSON. And this generator interesting. It'd be funny if it just deleted everything. Anywho, I'm pretty sure we're good here, but I'm just gonna double check. You never know. Get button function mapping. I'm kind of curious. I gotta check this out and run it and see what the hell it does. That's a lot. Let's check it out. Oh, we're gonna have to launch Vert Manager. Let's run our pass through. Oh, it didn't. Oh, yeah. Tony, which one was your PR? What number was it? Did that not start? Nah, it's going. It's taking a little bit. All right, 4026. Let's take a look. All right, we're going to check out 4030. Let's look at Tony's 4026. All right, 4026. Yeah. So the big thing I'm curious about. So we're not compiling. All right, we got to compile these. So let's look at the compile script. Dude. This is one big change. I hate it when it does this stupid spacing. Screws everything up. Yeah, it's probably like using IntelliJ or some shit. Yeah, prettier plugins do this crap all the time. Can't stand that crap. Because then it makes the doc review so much harder. Like, what changed? Yeah, this is going to be a hard one to accept. Because it's just... the formatting's so screwed up that I can't tell you what the hell's changed and what hasn't changed. Because when you use stuff like prettier and other things where it changes the indents... oh, I hate these PRs. Because then it's like, well... I don't know. It says this line changed, but obviously it hasn't. It just spacing difference. And I'm just like, brutal. Just absolutely brutal. Anyways, let's go down to compile. Compile's the important one. Is there a hide whitespace change? Oh, nice. Ah, thank you. Kaz. Oh my god. You just saved my life. I didn't even know that was a thing. Thank you. Hide whitespace changes. How have I not known about this all this time I've been complaining? I think someone in chat has just been laughing at me. Hide whitespace changes. I didn't know that was a thing. Beautiful. All right, great. Well, now we can actually look at the what's changed. Okay. This formatting's weird. What are you using to edit this thing? This is definitely not VS Code. If it is, what program plugin are you using? Because, God. Like, why? It's such a, like, nitpicky thing, I know, but it just bugs me. Alright, apply localization based on language. Why? I hate it. I just don't like that. I don't know why. It just... it's like... ugh. Alright. Font scaling, hide language. Hide language. And then you got the language button, where you got English, French, Spanish, German, Italian, Portuguese, Polish, Dutch, Romanian, Swedish, and Czech. Chris, we always laugh at you. That's fair. That's a fair statement. Well, I always allow it because occasionally, something amazing like this hide whitespace feature chat will point out to me, and I'm like, this is awesome. Absolutely awesome. That's worth the entire stream today for me, right there. Learning that one life hack, amazing. I mean, overall, this looks good. Kind of curious to see what this does. The regex replace here. I wonder what these... this is probably like some special character like Chinese or something like that. That maybe not... probably part of like a constrained language or something. Then adding locale files. Then it makes the locale path. Yeah. 4026, it's interesting. All right. Surely. What is going on with my Windows box? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Arabic would be non-trivial because you have to alter the UI to be right to left instead. Same with like Japanese, right? That would be interesting. Hell of a challenge for sure. For the localization. It's neat to see all these little things that you have to think about. Man, I don't know what's going on with this machine. Let's just reboot. Is Japanese not right to left? Oh, all right. Never mind. I disregard my smooth brain. I don't know. I only say that because of like manga. I know that's right to left. I speak Arabic and I never use PC in Arabic. Yeah, I guess at the end of the day, it's like, hey, whatever works for you. Did I break my QEMU system? I think I did. Damn. No. Ah. Oh, damn it. Something changed in QEMU and now my display driver's not working. This is why you never should update. Pain and suffering to ensue. All right, fine. Let's shut it down. What is that? 75. Surely that didn't change. Yeah, no, it's still there. Okay. You know what? Let's just remove the QXL driver altogether. I'll just put none. Apply. Let's run it again. That'll force it into the PCI pass-through state, maybe. Let me think. Well, this is unfortunate. What's the deal with dual booting Windows and Linux? I heard it was bad to do it on a single drive with two partitions. Yeah, I mean, you could do it on a single drive if you're really familiar with how rebuilding bootloaders work, because inevitably Windows will take over the EFI partition and like delete the Linux part. Not delete the Linux partition, but just delete the reference to that partition, and you have to recreate that entry. So if you want to use both operating systems, this is going to seem people in the Linux community are going to yell at me on this one, but it's a surefire solution. It'll work 100% of the time, guaranteed. What you could do is actually create a Linux entry in the BCD. So you can actually modify Windows boot MGR and then add the Linux entry, and just it's going to be a little ugly, but you could switch between Windows and Linux using one drive, and then you never have to worry about Windows wiping out the EFI partition. And then you don't even need a Linux boot manager. It would just work until maybe Microsoft breaks it or tried to vibe code some fix. Yeah, you can do that, D4. Probably while I think of a solution for my current woes. I think it's easy BCD. If you want like easy, I think, oh, is this paid now? How much is it? $20. Oh, no, $40. Yeah, easy BCD. I've used this in the past. I think I was using a free version of it though. I don't know if that even exists anymore. But anyways, you can actually add and modify the BCD in Windows and then add like Linux, FreeBSD, whatever, and then just specify what it is, and then you'll get that boot option on this. This will actually modify the boot MGR for you. Is there another tool? Does anybody know of another tool to edit the BCD in Windows? Bootloader I use is Grub. I love Grub, but I'm primarily a Linux first daily driver, and then I just usually boot into Windows through like a VM to do all my Windows work. But if I did dual boot and I only had one drive, this is how I would set it up, so I'd never have to worry about it like not booting. So then you'd always point it to the Windows boot manager, and then if you wanted to go to Linux, you could just select it from Windows boot MGR. Before Windows loaded, it loads into the Windows boot manager, and then you specify the timeout period. You can specify a default one. You could actually use Windows as your boot manager into Linux. I know that's blasphemy, but viable. So yeah, here I'll put the link in chat. So if anybody wants to do that, you can go to town. Yeah, you just called NeoSmart. Here, I'll put it in that too. I want to say there's a free version of it. They got a community option. Yeah, thank you, Dan Sam. Yeah, there is a free. You don't have to pay for it. You could use the community option. I was about to say it was always paid. Okay, I didn't know. Yeah. Well, just some options for folks. It depends on what you're doing. I still recommend 2 drives, 1 Linux, 1 Windows, and then you never have to worry about the overwrite. Although, I have noticed Windows sometimes does clear out all the EFI entries in the BIOS. So sometimes your Windows entry will disappear even though your EFI boot manager is still there, like Grub in my instance. It's still there. It just deleted the boot option. So you might have to come into like EFI boot MGR, and then you might have to recreate it through like, you can use Arch Live ISO and other things to do that with, I think I actually did this the last time Windows deleted mine. Titus Ultimate OS is what I named it. So when I'm in boot or my BIOS, instead of it saying like Arch Linux or whatever, it's Titus Ultimate OS or something. But you can always create these on the fly. And you don't even have to use EFI boot manager. You could just do like sudo grub install, and then you'd put your device, which here I'll just do it real fast. So I'm using my NVMe E0 in 1.
The dude abides.
So if I wanted to recreate that boot entry, let's say it was deleted. Let's go grub install. James Bond, thank you for the resub. And then we'll go dev NVMe 0 in 1 space. And this is where you have to specify the partition that EFI is on. Sometimes, like Fedora, I know, for instance, they'll have a boot partition, and then they'll have an EFI boot partition inside of it. So you might actually have 2 boot partitions here, one for boot, and then another one that says like boot EFI. So it depends on your install, but you'd have to go EFI directory equals boot. And if you had 2 boot partitions, then you'd need to specify the EFI partition. So that would initialize it, it would grab it, and then it would recreate the boot entry. Here, I'll just delete the boot entry so you can see it recreate it. Oh no, it did it already. You can see this used to be Titus Ultimate OS because I manually did it through EFI Boot Manager. It used to be called this, and then after doing that command, it's now called this. You can see how identical that is. Easy. Just something to think about whenever you're dealing with boot problems. What I hate to see is when like Windows screws up or deletes a boot entry, people think the boot partition got changed, and a lot of times it didn't. It's just you need to recreate that entry. The easiest way I find to recreate the entry is just using grub, but if you're using systemd, this command will look different. If you're using another boot manager, that command will be also new. There's a lot of different options. Or you could always specify it directly with EFI Boot Manager and then create the boot entry yourself in BIOS. So many different ways to skin that cat in Linux. And that's probably sometimes the hardest thing about Linux is, 1, what configuration do you have? 2, how to actually fix what you're trying to fix. And do it for that configuration. A lot of people understand like 1 or 2 ways, but they don't understand all the different ways to fix that problem. And you know, where Windows and Mac, it's super easy because, well, there's only one way to fix it. There's only one thing that it could be. So that's where supporting Linux can be very difficult. And that's why a lot of companies, I think, just don't. All right. 147. I hope I created I think I have a VNC entry in this thing. Maybe. Is Ramina not launching now? Damn, come on, man. Do I have a bigger problem here? Something happened. There's some shenanigans afoot. Alright, well, let's connect to this. What is happening with my pass-through? Well, it's there. Oh. Well. Shucks. I think it's a shared library. What am I missing? Libs frame cannot get shared object. No, I think we can just fix the library. We don't need to reinstall Looking Glass. That seems excessive. Yeah, it's probably an old file. Yeah, we could do a link directly to it. Probably, shoot. You know what? It's probably... Is there a new version of Looking Glass? Ah. Nothing. Huh. So I'm on Looking Glass B7. Dude, I really don't want to recompile Looking Glass. Damn it. Y'all need to just stop me from updating on stream. You know what I'm saying? Alright, let's... Was it just SO? It's owned by WinUtil. Alright. Well, I can't get in to do anything with the PRs because I can't get my damn VM up. I understand. Alright, was Looking Glass on V7? Let's look. What's the current release? I bet you it's on something new. No, B7. Oh, last update was... Yeah, B7's still the stable. We could go with the... Well, the release candidate's older. We could go Bleeding Edge. Damn it, I don't want to do Bleeding Edge. We could, but no. No. Screw it, let's just symlink it and be done with it. Would you say you're good at reading spec files and builds from RPM? I'm packaging a program. I would not say I am. I would say I'm terrible at that since I've never done it. Oh, dude, you know. Let's see what Google says. Rebuild Looking Glass client. Google says just rebuild Looking Glass. Alright. Looking Glass. Alright, well, you're worthless. Get out of here. Where is my B7 Looking Glass is what I want to know. Where'd I put this thing? I bet I put it in like build or GitHub. right? I'm not gonna symlink. We'll fix it properly, so in the next update, I won't go through this entire same headache. Let's not do a band-aid. Let's not do a band-aid, guys. Let's not be too lazy. And recompile is the best option. Let's do. All right. Well, that's where it's at. All right. Cool. Like, I cannot remember where I put this thing. All right. Recompile Looking Glass B7 Arch Linux. Yep. Do we have any updates? We do not. Binary will be there. CD client, PZ build, blah, blah, blah. Sure. Let's go. Am I missing a dependency? Yeah, no. Well, then. Well, let's just do this. 1 second. Okay. This is the solution. No. Really? They want me to patch nano SVG? That's kind of wild. Alright, anyways, let's make clean. Let's try a make. Just a plain make. I probably should. Honestly, it should pull the make package syntax from my etc. Although this is going quite a bit slower, so I think it's only using one. It's only using one thread. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking if I clean the project and then rebuild, we might have a better chance of success. But regardless, hell, let's patch the file. Let's jippity this guy. Oh no, can't. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, let's go here with it. All right. Then let's go back to our client build. Make clean. Now cmake ... dc make build type equals release. Now let's make j, and we're gonna pull it. Yeah, hell, let's just do j32. Whatever. Let's see if this does it. Hey, there we go. All right. So then if we list, oops, no. Let's list over here. So we got our looking glass, which looking client. You can see that's not the current version. Let's go sudo make install. All right, now we have that installed. Windows users that are watching the stream are like, screw Linux after that. Hey, there we go. Simple fix, simple fix. God. All right, sorry. Anyways, let's get back to those pull requests. Yeah, that was ridiculous. I apologize. I don't even know where we're at with that PR. Oh, the Sean PR. Yeah, 4030. I wanted to test that doc update. I wanted to see what that did. Let's check that guy out. There's the docs PR, yeah, 4030. Let's pull this. Oh, we got an update. One second. It's installing the update. Linux people are like, oh, just Pac-Man update that. Windows users, well, you just hit up and then click install update. It's fine. I will say VS Code does work a lot better on Windows. Shocker. Shocker as that might be. Can you explain the problem with Looking Glass and what the fix was? The problem was Looking Glass depended on something called a package called binutils. Now, binutils is part of like the GCC compiler. So what happened was when the package got upgraded, one of its dependencies was a library. I forget the library name, whatever it was on stream. And that name either changed or got referenced somewhere else. And since Looking Glass was built with binutils, it was still referencing that old library that no longer exists. Where the new library, once we updated the binutils package, is now somewhere else. So what we ended up doing was creating a make or rebuilding that package that we used it for to reference the new library. So simply, too long didn't watch of that entire explanation was it was built with an old package. That package got updated and it uses something new. So then you need to rebuild it again so it uses the new package. I think I mansplained the hell out of that, but you know, when in Rome. All right, let's check out this one from Sean. That's what I wanted to check out. 4030. Now, what I wanted to run was that new utility there. It would be under Tools. He created something called DevDocs Generator PS1. What I wanted to see is when this is run, what all the files are changed in the PR. That's the big thing. Like, does this actually change much in this section? That's what I kind of wanted to test out of this PR. So let's go DevDocs, because this is what's going to get run by Hugo. So really, not too much has changed here. What did change? It's just created a new file. But this file is for something that no longer exists in WinUtil. Okay. Got it. Tweaks, features, JSON, and functions. Damn, this is going to rebuild every time when a function's changed. I guess. All right, let's merge it. Fine. All right. Let's approve. And then let's squash and merge. Delete the dev folder, but leave the index. Too late now. It's gone. All right, well, hopefully that didn't screw anything up. I think we'll be okay. All right, check 4037 again. All right, let's see what we got. 4037. This one, we just requested removing of the tweaks buttons. Let's take a look at the code. I think it really was just the... Oh yeah, you didn't even... You removed that entire change. Yeah, it looks great. You got some good PRs, Efrey. I really like how clear they are to read. I'm not sitting here hunting all day long. That is perfect. Let's go. Let's approve, squash, and merge. Rock and roll. Dig it. I don't feel like it. I'm doing it all in VS Code, Gabby. We're flying now. I can just feel it. I'm like Neo in the Matrix here. Oh, dude. Alright, what else we got? Make taskbar restart explore. I don't think we need to. I don't think a restart is needed. We did the change. Keck W, man. Keck W. We do? It didn't work for me. Alright. Well, didn't work for you. Let's roll with it. We're going to approve, squash, and merge. On to the next. There we go. Done and done. Disable sticky keys, huh? What's this one? An issue related to the value of 510 is what Windows sets the registry for sticky keys. To toggle disable 506 is what Windows needs. Resolves 3474. You're right, it should be 506. Looking at the code changed. Tweaks.json. 506. It's just the incorrect value for the toggle. Nice. Approve. Squash and merge. Next. Change get installed to show installed, huh? Oh, what do we got? Closes an issue. Well, let's look at the code. App navigation, show installed apps, get installed. It sounds better to say show installed, doesn't it? We got a doc update, and then we also have this getting changed to show installed apps. A very basic PR, but a positive. All right, approve, squash and merge. Next one. Bam. All right. All right, here's the locale we were talking about. I think we're still working through some of the locale stuff. The revert start menu stuff we talked about on the last stream. I'm not certain on ViveTool, man. On ViveTool, I'm kind of like, Not sure I want to use Vive tool. I'm going to leave that for another day. I think we're good. I think we are solid. For now, we're going to leave it here. I like it. Did this ever install? Okay. Well, maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm not sure on Vive tool whether or not. I think code's still working in the background. Anywho, WinOneShot is another one. I'm trying to think of other stuff I want to add to this. To finish up, I'm really digging just the standard tweaks where you can just select essential, hit apply, so fast, tweaks, done. Move on to the next. Features, still gonna rework this page. Install apps, that's working fantastic. The updates, let's hit default settings. I do need to look at why Win version's not working properly. Boot time's fine, that's perfect. Install date's perfect. Last update. Let's push WinUtil to the latest version. I think we've pretty much got most of this, although I will say the last couple things that we did today with those PRs won't make it into this stable release, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and just push this to stable. It's just minor document stuff and a few little bug fixes, but next release will have those, such as like the sticky keys and that type of thing. All right. So this is the latest release, so now we're on February 11th. The one thing I want to see is if my versioning works. So in a perfect world, when it sees on launch, it should detect the new WinUtil's tweaks.json and applications and other things changed. And then it should auto-download the new changes directly into this tool as well. So they complement each other. Let's just find out if I coded that correctly. Nice. Seems like that worked. And if we look at the tweaks JSON, both were changed at 240 on run. So that is working fantastic. Now I might add extra things to that offline util, like switching between versions. Like if you like the tweaks more in like an older version, you can switch to that relatively easily and just grab it. It would pull from an older tag from GitHub. A lot of options there. Brain's kind of going wild with all the different things I need to do with it. The other thing is like maybe do like hash signatures specifically for if someone does like a non-standard version of the tweaks, or they're changed and then like they want to redistribute it, it needs to like warn people and say, hey, these aren't the official tweaks, by the way. And I might do something like that too. I'm just trying to think of like nefarious people that might do some weird stuff. Always trying to think of what users might do. You never want to underestimate your user, because there's some weird configurations and then there's some weird people out there. You kind of have to think about both. All right. Anything else today, guys, that I missed on stream? What's wrong with 4023? Vive tool. I just wanted to... I've not sold Vive tools the way to go. I also do like him grabbing the latest version, specifying the version. I just don't think that's the way to go. Yes. Oh my gosh, you're the best. I love you so much. Oh, love you. Oh, I probably would starve if my wife didn't come give me food. Just be out here whittling away. Anyways, yeah. No, I agree with Urfi here. I think yeah. Yeah. Anyways, it's kind of interesting. What would we end up looking at on this? Yeah, like why wouldn't you pull the latest version? That's the thing. Like I don't understand sticking to this. Specifying an old version. Well, it's currently the latest version, but why wouldn't you just pull the latest tag and make sure it auto updates with the times? Then just docs. Let's just docs. Let's see. Was there any reason for that? Let's see what you put here. Oh no. Invalid, invalid. Oh no, there it goes. Maybe it's taken a little bit. It's hard to say. Yeah, Vibe Tool is the enable control feature rollout stuff. Exactly. The extra lines of code that you're worrying about? Yeah, last change was 3 years ago, but the thing is, you got some massive changes coming in the Microsoft Windows updates coming up, to where I feel like an update to Vibe Tool will probably need to happen. Maybe not. Maybe I'm completely wrong. But I'm just thinking. Oh, nice, Scotsman. Well, good stuff, brother. Oh, the tool doesn't need to change. Let's see. Let's go to the description. Oh. Oh, okay. Continues to receive updates because it pulls feature definitions from a separate repository. Oh, okay. So it doesn't really matter is what you're saying. It's still updated with this versioning. Okay. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I think it gets the job done either way. We're splitting hairs here. But yeah, probably
well,
do that.
The dude abides.
Bad Bastard, thank you for the gifted tier 1, man. Much appreciated, sir. Well, we're in trouble if I don't know how to update a version number. You know what I'm saying? We got bigger fish to fry if that's the problem. Even if you're not here in 5 years, Gabby. I hope you are. But even if you're not, I'm pretty sure I could handle it. Fingers crossed. But I think it's fine. Like you said, it's less lines of code. Shouldn't really be changed. It's fine. And I can always change it to pull the latest tag if it does start changing all of a sudden.
Yeah, well.
I wonder why that says invalid.
The dude abides.
About one of the changes. Thanks for the tier 1 Dreamcatcher, man. Much appreciated. Will it not update the markdown files if they already exist, Scotsman? is the question. Dementia might kick in. Well, regardless, in that case, I just won't care. Oh, it deletes every time and then regens them. Okay. Oh, okay. That's fine. I wonder... Oh, no, it pulled it that time. I just wonder why it doesn't actually update that release. Anywho. That's cool. No changes here. Alrighty. That looks good. I mean, we're gonna update screenshots as we go sometimes. There's just so many damn screenshots to update, it's just ridiculous, and then things are changing all the time. It's close enough though. Goes through contributions. Nice. Frequently asked. Nice. All right, we are golden. Oh, look at the code blocks. Let's take a look. So if we look at, let's say, create restore point. Oh, so you can actually copy the code and see. Okay. So before we didn't have the copy command or for the code blocks. That's pretty cool though. It actually shows line numbers too, which is really nice, which I don't think we had in the past either. Yeah, having that line number is really, really nice for big files, especially like tweaks.json. Ah, okay. You already got the PR going. That was fast. Hey, there it is. Well, it popped in. Okay. Yeah, so the script will change them when the code changes lines. That's awesome. Yeah, that is great. So now we got the new tool, officially latest release. So now everybody running WinUtil will see all the changes. We did a couple PRs. We looked at MicroWin. We have WinOneShot. You guys have seen kind of what I've been working on for the updates tab. Config tab still needs a lot of work. And then still on track. I think we're going to still be looking for a March release for an update for those that have paid for the tool. I should have that out to everybody. And man, we're cooking. We're doing good. Is there anything else, Jeff? Am I missing anything? Feel like we did good this week. We actually did something. Well, Gabby always has something more to do. Close 391 and merge 420. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on it. I'm gonna let it marinate a little bit. I'm still thinking what I like about Vive tool. I'm just thinking. What's your opinion about the remove of MDT from downloads on the Microsoft website? What's MDT on the Microsoft website? Am I missing something? Oh, you should play a game of AoE 4. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, well, we had somebody in chat that played AoE 4. Oh, the development toolkit's getting taken off. Wow. Dang. All right. Well, I don't want to close it just yet, Gabby. I I like the idea of Disable Defender, giving the users the option to disable it. I'm going to let it marinate a little longer. Sometimes when I'm thinking of something, whether it should be added, getting more community feedback, but also just kind of looking at it and going, can we do this? Can we do it without affecting anything? And just kind of let it think. Sometimes when I'm like, I'm just not sure, it doesn't mean, like, it doesn't hurt anything to leave it open. And sometimes I just like to just sit there and stare at it and just remind me, hey, this is here. This is possible. Maybe today's the day. Then I just wait for the good vibes to happen, and then I merge it. Deployment, not development. Oh man. Yeah. I don't know. Microsoft, man. It's an endless content farm with them, I gotta say. I just, when it comes to videos, I can just wait for them to screw up, and then I'll be like, all right, well, there's some content. It's like, how many videos do I want to make this week? I mean, honestly, we could make a video a dang near every day on them. It's just getting a little tiring. Yeah, it is a dumpster fire. Yeah, I saw that, Scotsman. It just took a while for it to pull, but I think it was still building some of the in the background. I think it was still building a lot of the files, or the markdown files. I think it just took a while. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think they will eventually patch those registry hacks, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I agree with that too, Dan. I'm that's the one worry I have with Disable Defender. If it's like just a simple tick box, is users that don't know what they're doing will do it, and then they'll just go, hey, I'm gonna go download my favorite crack website and start downloading some free games and stuff. And then pretty soon their whole system's going to get infected. And then they're going to be like, oh, I used Chris Titus text utility and now I'm infected. Be like, well, I can't fix stupid. So that's where I'm kind of coming from there. And one thing that I think about. Yeah. Anyways. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. In the meantime, I'll be working some stuff behind the scenes, and we'll get something. It'll be great. So, and I could blame it on chat. I always do. I always do. All right, y'all. Have a great one. See y'all next week.